Hello. Back.
Sorry, I'm just reading Sue Kitty's comments. These are classic. I love it.
We'll go through them in a minute. Welcome to the LOD Season 7, Episode 11. 21. Hayden is on the holiday. He is sunning his gooch in mighty Devon. And joining us in his place is the mighty Tirus. One of the OGs is back to join us.
Oh my god, it's been so long. Oh. Your silhouette of your lovely bald head was on the original thumbnails.
It will be
I know,
on
I
the
miss
new one
it.
as well.
Oh my god,
Hayden
Tirus.
got new glasses.
Hayden got new glasses. That's what Sue Kitty put in. Hey, Sue Kitty, how's it going? Yeah, just obviously I'd put a thing. We were running a little late. Apologies for that. And I put coming, hang tight. And Sue Kitty said, I hope you don't mean that figuratively. And then I put a winky face. She put get the rags. I said Lewis is hanging his socks to dry. And then she said, I know you're lying because Lewis don't do his own laundry. He's probably used the shared towel. Yep. Passed it around.
Shared towel. Why? It was not for the same reason you've been using it. All shared and everything.
Shared towel. So just so those that don't know, Tirus, when we say is an OG, was an OG. So when Thom, Tirus, and I started, I mean, those two were in Respawn together, and then we developed the Hubcast and BG4G, and then we all kind of disappeared off in separate locations, whatever, and each one's come back or whatever. So it's good to have Tirus back, one of the OGs. How you been doing, man?
Yeah, what's new?
Yeah. Not too much, actually. Just being a dad, working, gaming. Suppose I'm probably like everybody today, downloading Oblivion to get it played.
Which we'll talk about later on, yeah.
My God, when was the last time? Can you recall when was the last time you were on here?
I actually don't remember at all. I don't even know what season it was.
I can.
Season 6.
I can. He covered while he was off work from one time. It was a long time
There you
ago.
go, Suki, an Irishman. I feel represented.
No.
Sue. He's on the he's the upper border.
See, I'm not the only one that gets confused.
Oh, don't worry about it. See the harassment I get some nights.
Oh, fuck.
Harassment from who?
You,
The Irish or the Northern Irish?
Some guys I play with are Irish, and as soon as I annoy them or I do better than them, it's like, just start throwing up the border stuff.
See, I know he's a northern boy, but he's on my aisle. There you go.
Yeah.
It was all love.
Yeah. It's all the same, really.
So let's get into what we've been playing. What have we been playing in the last week? Why don't we start with Thomasina Wild?
Thomasina, hello. Right. First and foremost, obviously last week we didn't do a live show. I believe Paul and Hayden, you were probably both ridiculously hungover, if I remember rightly.
No, I was ill last Tuesday, like severely ill. Like I'd gone to work on Monday, and then I was like, I'm not too well. Tuesday, I was like, I left work early. I was going to be on the show, and I literally got into the office and went, I'm dying. I'm going to kill everyone in the school before the bank holiday. And it was just like, nope. Okay,
joking. They didn't actually. He doesn't do shit like that.
He doesn't kill. He doesn't kill everyone in a school.
Yeah.
With flu.
Oh, okay.
He wasn't.
Wait, why are you in a
pissed
school?
off.
Do you work in a school now? Is that something that I don't know?
Yeah, I work in a business school.
I didn't know that. I thought you worked in a government.
Paul works in a reception class.
Reception class.
Oh my god, that's so bad. I thought he was still in that building where they done the windows.
The building that does the windows. What the
they
hell?
done the window. They threw something at the window.
Oh no, that was when I was working in Parliament Square and I was in a building.
Yeah.
No.
Anyway, so Paul and Hayden weren't able to make it. So it was supposed to be myself and Lou to do the show last week, but I believe Lou, you probably I think something came up where we couldn't do it in the end.
I wasn't at home, so I had no way of recording,
Oh, no. Yeah,
and you didn't have the.
and my Wi-Fi extender completely backed the fuck up, so I couldn't stream it last week because I was going to be the host. I only realized this before was supposed to be going live with Lou. Anyway, so I thought, well, we can't just have nothing. So I thought, fuck it, I'll record another episode of the Retro Perspective, and it's now gone live, I believe, yesterday.
GoldenEye, right?
GoldenEye on the Nintendo 64, that lovely game which I kicked everybody's ass at in EDX. Went live yesterday. I was only able to do about 46 minutes of it. It was a nice little... I wasn't prepared at all. For these things, I want to be more prepared, facts and interesting tidbits and everything. However, it was more just me rambling on about my love for it and all that. So it was a good little time. It was a good little fun little session. I'm glad we were able to put something out there, and I absolutely had a ball. Despite it might be bit arse of an episode, but I don't care. It was fun. It's something I like to revisit, and definitely doing something like the Retro Perspective again, be more frequent. I got the bug once again. Love to do that more often, where I can get like a guest on where we discuss some retro games and stuff like that. I mean, hell, Paul, one day when I complete Beyond Good and Evil, I'd love to have a chat with you about it and everything along those lines. Lou, well, we've just played a game. I'd love to do.
Yes, Tirus, we're still talking about Beyond Good and Evil.
Yeah,
and
that thing still comes
2.
up, mate. Again, some things haven't changed for yourself. Some things definitely
20
haven't
Never
years
changed for
coming
us.
out. That is never coming out,
That is
especially if Ubisoft is being bought out.
Well,
if it comes out, it'll be like a Skull and Bones situation. It'll look nothing like what we expect.
it might be better. Yeah. So I did the episode last week. That's all up and done. So I'm very proud about that one. But majority of my time last week was pretty much just 2 games, which I haven't really spoke about much on the show beforehand. I've actually played... I went back to Animal Crossing, New Horizons. I don't know why, but I was hankering to go back to that... Well, I went back to my old land of Ozkaboz. And my God, it was a total mess. Weeds were everywhere. People were just horses on fire and shit like that. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to restart again. So now I got Hobbiton. So... Heather chose the name. So then just replaying that, literally great. I've got a horse for a neighbor and I got a penguin as a neighbor as well. So, just classic usual shit. Yeah, Animal Crossing, OMG, yes, the vibes. It's so good. I've literally spammed so much of Animal Crossings, and when Hunter's having his little naps, by the way, Tyrus, I think the last time we spoke, I wasn't a dad. Now I am. Since Hunter has his naps and everything, he only has about half an hour in the morning. I thought, you know what? I can either do the dishes, I can take the bin out, I can take the nappies out. Fuck it, I'm going to go play on Animal Crossing. And so I did, and none of the housework was done that day.
You'll have days like that.
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? But yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Animal Crossing, and I'm absolutely loving it. I don't know why I've never given it as much love and attention as I have done. Tom Nook's still a bloody bastard and everything, but he fucking well is. But I love him. And the only other thing worthy of note which I've been playing last week was Assassin's. It could be a productive parent or island hopping. I'm definitely doing island hopping. I made that little pole and all that shit going across. I found like the recipe to create actually more sturdy weapons. So when I whack a bloody stone or a rock, my shit doesn't shit the bed. My axe doesn't shit the bed, I should say. Shit. Anyway, another thing which I've been playing worthy of note is Assassin's Creed Shadows. I've put about 11 hours into it so far. I'm really enjoying it. It's kind of usual modern Assassin's Creed and everything. I like it. It's a great little setting. Give me a cult. Give me Assassin's Creed. Give me the whole usual gameplay of Naoe and Yasuke. I haven't really played much of Yasuke as of yet, but I'm really enjoying Naoe and her story. And I'm looking forward to diving deep into Yasuke's. So Act 1 is done. Looking forward to just barreling through the rest of that. So, and also, I'll let Lou just tell us what else we've been playing this week. But yeah, Lou, nice little transition. Why don't you go next, matey?
So me and Tom have decided that we're gonna start with my content creation. I'm starting to do YouTube now. I'm working on a video for the RoboCop. I showed Tom. He can't wait to watch that.
It actually is very, very good. Your editing is very good.
Yeah. And I basically was showing him like my editing skills and how I've learned to do this and that. And so we're making a playthrough where we're going to basically play different games, and we're currently starting with the Gears of War series because, weirdly enough, Thom has never played all the Gears of Wars.
I noticed Tom was online and playing Gears of War, and I was
And you
like,
thought,
what's that
yeah,
today?
I was about to say, you thought that is not
Mr.
like
Fancy Pants PC boy now.
you know it. Not only Mr. Fancy Pants PC, but Mr. Fancy Pants laptop as well, and a nice little fucking Steam Deck's in one of those drawers right there. So, Mr. Fancy Pants, I've upgraded. I've had to beg my wife to go into Hunter's College Fund, but it was worth it. Damn it.
So yeah, we've started a series which
Yes.
we're working on. We've only done 30 minutes because we had trouble getting it working. Thom had some technical issues with the game not actually connecting to me because it was like it was confused.
It was
But
fucking
there
weird.
it was weird.
It's so weird. So, Gears of War Ultimate Edition, I was like, okay, do I download it on the Xbox or do I download it on the PC? And I thought, hey, Hunter may appreciate the artifacts. To be fair, that's what I've been saying to Heather. I said to her, this is literally an investment into his future, and it's in his inheritance. He ain't selling it until I'm dead and buried in the ground. But, it's all for him. But yeah, no, so Gears of War Ultimate Edition, I thought, I'll put it on the PC because I can hook up, this microphone and everything to it and, be sound a little bit more crisper. But it turns out, right, that and I read that it is cross-platform, so I can play it with with Lou, who's on his Xbox. And then next thing you know, it just doesn't fucking detect him at all, despite me saying join game and everything. So I had to play. It would the only way it let me play with Lou this time around is if I use the xCloud through my PC. Weird. But luckily enough, it worked perfectly fine, and I thought it was a good enough experience so far. So we're going to try and figure out those technical bits and pieces, but yeah, no, I think it went well though, Lou. Despite
Yeah,
that.
I enjoyed it. I did get the notification on my phone. I went, we better go because Paul will be mad if we're late. That was my
And then you
actual
were late.
reaction. We wasn't late. We was on time.
Hmm?
We was on time. What are you on about?
What else have you been playing, Lou?
Honestly, I've basically been covering some stuff for my channel as well. A lot of reviewing side of things because while I was off sick, I had a few things that I had to cover that I never got to, and I said to them, "I'm really sorry, I will cover these," and they said, "No, please, health first and things like that." And unfortunately, I had to drop one of my uni courses because I was so behind.
Oh shit!
So
Oh.
IT, which annoyed me a little bit. So I just couldn't catch up. I tried my best, and I had a breakdown, and I said I don't know what to do. So I called them up, and they said, "Calm down, calm down. We can help with this." They said, "We'll defer you to October." I said, "Really?" They went, "Yeah, we can do that. That's not a problem." I said, "Well, ain't it going to cost me?" No, well, because we can refund the course, and you can just redo it in October, and that just calmed me down. So. Yeah, I've been working on editing and stuff like that. I've been covering this. So this is from Insert Coin. This is their new Poppy Playtime range. And got this little thing as well.
Is that another set of PJs?
No, it's a jumper. It's basically
thought
supposed
you
to
were
be like
another-
the uniform. And what I like about it is it's so comfortable. Like it's got a wool lining inside the jumper itself. It's not in your face. It's just literally grey and red. It's got the logo there for Playtime Co. And I could wear it with jeans, tracksuit bottoms. It's just such a nice.
Are we sponsored by Playtime Co?
No. But
Other
it
merchandisers
feels
are
really
available.
nice. It feels nice, and it's kind of my chance. Basically, they're testing to see what I'm capable of, and if I'm worth their time. So I've been. I put up a white sheet on the wardrobe and on the
We can
floor, and I made it proper, like as professional as I can. And cut off my head and done all the hand
What?
stuff.
Are you
Opening.
sure you're with the right group there, dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, I had fun doing it. It was more the fact that I made sure I did everything, so I didn't have to redo them sheets again because they took ages. So yeah, that'll be on the YouTube sooner or later. So keep an eye out for that. And honestly, other stuff I can't really talk about, but yeah, that's me.
Cool.
Sex with Hitler 3. Yeah.
Oh, actually, I did a charity stream for Alzheimer's Research UK. Raised
very
£100. Yeah, raised £100. I've done a 12-hour stream.
Bloody hell!
Yeah,
Fair
and I
play
played
to
a
them.
game whilst playing. I was playing a game called Autopsy Simulator. Now,
For 12 hours.
yeah, because Megs wanted to play Faz halfway through, so I jumped off that and then went back to it
Flopped.
afterwards. Yeah, and honestly, Autopsy Simulator is a very strange game. I'm calling it the pill taking simulator because that's what you do most of the time, is take pills. Every time you see something that scares you, you go, oh, I need pills. And it's like, no, you don't. Stop taking pills. You're a doctor. You should know that you can overdose on these things. But obviously, that doesn't exist in the game. No such thing as overdose. Yeah, it's honestly, it annoyed me to the point where I couldn't get along with the character. He was annoying. It was one of the characters who goes, you know that he's done something because he's got something guilt eating away at him. But every time he mentions his wife, you're like, he's done something. You can tell he's done something because it's the same thing like them games do now, and it's so predictable, and that's the problem with some games now. But in this one,
at least 8 of those hours.
So yeah, and basically the whole it felt very realistic. The whole doing the actual autopsy, and you do learn a lot. I don't know how people do that as a job because it's very, I don't know, disturbing to the point where you are literally just chopping people up to find out how they died. So I don't know how people do that job, but yeah, that's it. So.
Cool. Mine's been the huge Warframe, Power Simulator. I'm trying to do all of the odd jobs and everything else on there. I don't know how you're going to 100% it, but have you got all of the add-ons, by the way? Though? All of them?
No.
Then you can't 100% it.
No, I only wanted the platinum.
Are you on the platinum?
On the PlayStation, the add-ons are counted as something completely else.
Yeah, well, because like on Xbox, like I was going through and it was like, I've only got 12 out of whatever. It's like, 100%. You've got to do the SpongeBob, the Wallace and Gromit, buy all of the add-ons in order to. 100%.
That's something I think Xbox should do. They should do like a section where it's like add-ons shouldn't count towards 100%. I think that should be sorted out. Honestly.
I did the South. I started on the first chapter of South of Midnight because that was dropped, wasn't it? It looks beautiful. Tried it, put it to one side.
Stop motion, isn't it? Stop motion.
Yeah, stop motion. It's really nice. But I parked it. Some more Vampire Survivor just to get the points in.
New DLC for that command, didn't it?
Well, yeah, I've already got it. It is true. I think that was play some Monster Hunter with Hayden. What else did I do? I don't think there was anything else. No, Hayden came down on the weekend. Was here for the weekend because we were supposed to do the show on Tuesday. Whatever. Just went about. We went to one of the bars near us, which was originally Escape. Lewis, you were going to go there, but it was closed. It's been taken over. It's no longer Escape. It's called Freakin' Geeks. And it was a nice little pub, predominantly more board games, but didn't seem like you could either book a table, like Escape, you had to book a table to get whatever. This one was, if you booked a table, If you didn't, you could still sit down, you could still take a board game off the shelf, you could still go and play the consoles they have. We've got some retro consoles in there, you can play sofas and whatever. I like that Sue Kitty, I'm in. There's a couple of them in London. There's quite a few, but this one was quite good. It was nice. Went there for a couple of drinks and just ended up in the kind of beer garden out the back because it was quite a nice day. And just ended up playing Jenga. So drunken Jenga. It's great.
My God, how many times did you fail at that?
Wasn't that bad actually. It was pretty good.
Probably magnetic or something.
So, no, they weren't at all. And it was on one of those wonky proper like pub benches, where we're on the wood's not level. So it was really fun, like trying to get it done and annoying each other. Yeah, it was good. We went out for something to eat and did that. It was good just to be here. Did they sleeve their games?
Did they sleeve?
I'm guessing in certain like cards and stuff. Like, was there protective sleeves over there? Cards and
I didn't go through all of the games, so I was having a look. They did just predominantly. They had quite some of the latest ones on there as well, and it was quite nice. But yes, thank you, Lou. I just suddenly just went over my
I've
head.
been friends with her so long. I've learned what a board game is and what not a board game is. And when I tell her
So have you
partner,
taught him?
love.
Have you taught him what a board game? Has he actually played one yet? Have you played one yet?
When I told
What's your favorite
Sue
board game?
my
Lou?
favorite board game was
Risk.
Monopoly.
Fucking Risk.
When I
It'd
said
it'd be like fucking Bottom with chess.
no, when I told
Spider-Man
Sue,
takes prawn.
when I told
Pass
Sue my
ketchup.
favorite board game was Monopoly, the words that came out of my mouth was, "That ain't a fucking board game."
What?
Monopoly.
Yeah. That's not a real board game, she said. And then I was like, well, what the hell's a real board game? And then her partner showed me this collection, and I went, oh, that's a board game.
D&D Risk. Risk is one.
No, this guy has like unbelievable amounts of board games. Like, I'm talking like the stuff that you see and you go, that's probably cost about easy 180 quid. So I was like, oh, I like Monopoly. That's my favorite.
Go on, what's your favorite tabletop game here, gents? Just turn it out there.
Monopoly.
Mine has to be Uno. When you fuck someone up with that +4, oh, fucking hell. Carnage.
Hello, Sue. 180? Question mark. Monster Hunter collection was about 800 euros. Monster Hunter, the board game. Wow.
Well, I'm sorry. I just guessed a number. I just guessed a big number.
Cards Against Humanity was my
Holy
card
shit,
game.
I forgot
That's not a
about
board
cards.
game,
This is
dude.
new.
A tabletop game.
It's a tabletop game.
Is it?
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
can
can
I
you play
change my
Monopoly?
answer then? Can I change my? What do you mean?
like
that the new one?
games-
What do you
Mhm.
mean? Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant
do
like he
you
was
mean?
asking me, what do I mean?
No,
I
it's called
see.
What Do You Meme, and you basically have a card of a meme,
Mm.
and you have a another card, say something like walking in on your nan naked, and then you've got meme cards, and you have to pick the one that you would choose.
I've got the Cards Against Humanity, plus when I originally got it, I got the expansion packs to go with it. And that's when they first come out, the limited edition ones. But they're Americanized, so I do need
No,
to
no,
get
no,
the
no, no,
English
no.
version.
I got
now.
the English
There's the
version. It's
donut.
so much more offensive.
Yeah, some of them, but they
It
still.
really is. It's so much more offensive.
Did I ever tell you about the first time I ever played Cards Against Humanity? It was with my family. It was a couple of years ago. My sister at the time was only 14. And
Did you pull the Maddie McCann card?
No. It was like,
That's in the
what-
UK
what's,
version.
what's the
And
one?
the American version as well.
What's that scenario one where it's like, what can we're really dragging down the quality of the podcast here, but it's like, how would you make a children's party a lot better? Obviously, someone drew the Jimmy Savile one, but
I was gonna say that. That's
my
in
young
the
sister-
UK version, yeah.
But my young sister at the time, she just went, Pac-Man constantly guzzling a stream of cum. And she looked so confused, and we were like, fucking hell, the youngest one of us had to have that card and then ask us, what does that mean?
I've got the Cards Against Marvel, and my god, some of the stuff in that is horrible.
I mean, but I mean, if you're not a Marvel fan, then you
One
can't
of them is like Hulk's green jizz all over Black Widow's face.
Okay, I suppose you don't have to bloody
Yeah,
Be a
that's
fan
one of the
for that.
cards. Yeah, that's one of the cards. It's mad.
fucking show.
Yeah. Shoom. Straight down. What about you, Cyrus? What's your favorite board game? You played board game?
I don't really know if it counts as a board game, but I used to play Dungeons and Dragons a lot.
That is a board game.
D&D.
Yeah, I'd say that's a board.
Yeah, role playing. Yeah, it is still, but it's tabletop, isn't it? Board game. Yeah.
The
Cool.
war crimes.
So, what about you? What have you actually been playing then in the last week or so?
Started Division 2 again with some friends, and
I forgot about that.
I'm
God.
already getting bored
Never
of
started.
You're already getting bored.
Been trying to play Atomfall, but I'm still getting them silly audio bugs, so it's really putting me off.
Wait, they just fixed that
Wait.
though. They just put out an update. Literally
Is that the
come
one
out
where
here.
it's like literally?
I haven't tried it in a couple of days,
The
but that's
update
what's
does
just
not,
been.
as far as I'm aware, when the update came in, I looked at what the fixes were. Nothing about fixing the sound, and I haven't really tried it since. The last time I put it on, I was like, "Yeah, I'll play it." Turned it on, left to Scavendale, sound went, turned it off.
That's unacceptable, man. How the hell could they release it in that state?
I mean, that's one of the things. I mean, like Rebellion's like was really a smaller company, isn't it? When the way they do it.
But that's such a big glaring
seems
issue
like
that they
it's just
should have
been-
known or picked up.
Yeah, 6 days ago they released an update called the Quality of Life update, which fixed all the audio issues.
Oh, does it actually say that? Because I don't think I've seen that.
To be fair, it's been longer than 6 days ago since I last played it.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, apparently they fixed the audio issues because a lot of people were literally going to the point where they actually put out a tweet saying, "We know, I'm sorry about the audio issues. We are working on it."
Oh, well, that's fair enough then. Well, we forgive you, Rebellion. Sorry, Tyrus. What else were you playing,
I've
buddy?
been absolutely hammering Starship Troopers.
What one? Extermination? Or...
Still
Yeah,
played any of
not the
those.
VR one. I don't have a VR that'll play it.
Well, you have a Quest 2, don't you?
Yeah, but it's one
not
of
the
those
sort of
things.
thing that
It's not really mine. So I don't buy games on it. And to see the sound the PlayStation makes whenever the screen's absolutely crammed with bugs, you can see the ones off in the distance, like maybe 100 meters away, whatever.
Yeah, I
what
covered
have
it
you.
on PC.
And it just they look like they're going like 10 frames until they get closer, and then it's just all 60 FPS, and like, oh shit.
Have you tried? Have you tried the Blueprints yet? No, I wanted to try it.
I need to
Got it
really
downloaded.
sit down. I tried it on Megs, but I didn't really. I was sitting sideways, so I was playing it like that, and I don't like playing games like that. The
Then
cat
don't
took
play
my
games like that.
seat. No, the cat took my seat, and she wouldn't let me move the cat.
I feel your pain, buddy.
So I was sitting on sideways, and I remember finding like different. There was a blueprint where it basically said that every time I go into a room, I'll find 4 coins. I was like, oh, okay, but I need to sit and proper, get into it to understand what I'm playing.
Yeah, I've got it downloaded. I haven't actually played it yet. Again, I just became completely hooked with Animal Crossing, so I haven't played it. Lou's not good with... Oh.
That cat honestly she loves that cat. So if I even go, come on, move, she'll go, be nice to him.
What's the cat's name?
Milo.
Why was I expecting something like muffins?
Yeah, Milo. But he comes in from outside and he goes, wow, wow, and he like looks at you and starts, and it's like, what? And then he walks out. He's like, yeah, like he's just come in, had a go at me, and then left.
It's so fucking relatable. Happens with me.
Like,
I got to work from home within next month, and that son of a bitch is going to be in here constantly walking all over my keyboard.
Oh, it was funny the other day. There was some builders outside doing some like the grass, but they were using a head trimmer sort of thing. And he wouldn't go outside. He'd come in, and he came on over to me and Megs, and he meowed really loudly at us, as if and I was like, why is he meowing? She was, he's having a go at us because he thinks it's our fault that they're doing that.
Yeah, my cat bitches at me when it's raining and she wants to go out. She wants me to change the weather.
It's like, what? Weed Whacker, that's the one. It looks like
See, the fact that you're cutting out when you're doing that just looks really wrong.
So it looks like a metal detector with a blade on the bottom.
I could just see Lou going to Robot Wars with that.
Why would I go to Robot Wars?
Oh, fucking hell, Lou. I love you, man. Sorry, Tyrus, yes, that was carry on. Because I don't know how the fuck we got off on to talk about pussies.
Oh, you spoke about ball games.
Well, that ages ago.
Oh, that was ages ago. Then we moved on to what Iris has been playing this week.
Blueprints.
Oh, then was Blueprints was from Sue Kitty. Have you played it yet? I haven't even downloaded it.
I haven't even downloaded it either.
And I wanted to. Then I got the South of Midnight, and I wanted to play that. And I've just been doing the weeklies on Xbox when I have a chance. And then I was like, oh, I'll play it. And then obviously, what we'll be talking about in a minute, it's probably going to take up all my time and nothing else is going to get played.
I've already cancelled the pre-order for 2 games.
What have you?
What games did you cancel?
Doom and what was it? Days Gone Remastered.
Yeah, I would have cancelled that one
Challenge
because I don't understand. It doesn't look like a remaster, in my opinion. It just looks like they've brought the same game out on PS5. It doesn't look like they've changed anything.
The only thing they've changed is that it's PC on high settings.
Yes.
I like
because the version that you've been playing or would have been playing is just the PS4 Pro version. So this one's basically PC on high settings. So for some people it'll look better, for other people it'll just be
doesn't look that much different. Isn't it? Pro enhanced, as they say.
Yeah, I believe it is. Wouldn't fucking touch that, but yeah.
No, Sukidi, we will. We'll get round to it at some point. We'll get round to it. But I like that. If there's anything like Myst.
I like that. Yeah, I really wanted to try it. I'm a big fan of Myst. And
I remember watching your stream of you playing Myst.
Yep. And I did Oblivion as well. News. Is there any?
I don't fucking know.
They actually updated Skull and Bones, weirdly enough, to be a bit of a different game. So
really?
They've added combat.
Tom, you'll like that.
They've added combat.
Well, that explains why Xbox added it the free play days this weekend.
Yeah, you
see if anyone will pick it up.
Yeah, you can actually do combat now. So it's kind of like, I guess, Assassin's Creed, Black Flag. No, in a way. So yeah, they added combat, which is something that they didn't have, because before it was literally just
ships.
Blow the hell out of ships. No,
that should have been there from release.
I think they wanted to see because I still think a
just play Black Flag
remake would be good.
Yeah, they should have just focused.
Ubisoft, they'll find a way to cock it up.
I know. Hey, what do you guys think of the former PlayStation boss saying that Nintendo's losing their identity with the Switch 2?
How? I think it's pretty accurate.
I didn't see that.
How are they? How? How are they losing their identity with it?
I'm just trying to find it now.
I think
loading up. Apparently, this is
I
on
read it briefly earlier on.
Go ahead, Tirus. What do you think? Did you say that it was like accurate or something along those lines?
The kind of things that he mentioned, I would say I agree with some of them. I mean, they used to be like Nintendo Gold seal of approval, and now it's sort of like opened the floodgates. So sure, everybody can come in, everybody can do this, everybody can do that. It's all right, it's fine. We're just like every other platform now. You want to bring out your hyper-violent games on Nintendo? Yeah, sure, come on ahead.
It's not really family friendly.
It's not family friendly.
No, it's not. That's. I think that's what he was meaning.
Considering even their identity,
even my wife, when we were watching the reveal stream for it, because she wants one. Obviously, she loves Nintendo consoles. When the trailer for that Bloodborne clone, whatever the hell, came on, she just looked at me and went, they don't normally bring games like that out, and I went, well.
Yeah, I've heard them talk that they were even thinking about putting Call of Duty on it.
They sure, part of the Activision deal was that Call of Duty be on it, so sooner or later it's gone on.
Yeah, but technically, Call of Duty was on the Nintendo DS. I remember playing World of War.
Yes, it was.
And it was a very horrible version on the Wii U.
Zombies was weird to play on the DS as well. Very weird.
Well, anyway, it's his Shu. I can never say his first name. Yoshida. That's the one. Shared his thoughts on it. Yoshida. To me, it's a bit of a mixed bag, mixed message from Nintendo. In a sense, I think Nintendo is losing their identity, in my opinion. But Switch 2, as we all anticipate, is a better Switch, right? It's a larger screen, more powerful processor, higher resolution, 4K, 120 FPS. They even had their hardware person starting the stream as other platforms do, he said. And because it's pretty much just a better Switch, the core premises of the whole Switch 2 is we made things better. And that's something that other companies have been doing all the time. It goes on to praise like the mouse function of the Joy-Cons and all that, but I think it's just essentially that innovative angle that Nintendo usually has, like how they went from like the Wii to, because obviously we had the PlayStation 3 and we had the Xbox 360, and none of those had like the like that. Yeah, that whole premise of the Wii, it was something unique. It was something different. Then we had the Wii U with the screen. It was unique. Okay, it failed quite miserably, but it was different from what the other console producers were doing at the time. And of course, the Nintendo Switch, different than the PS4 and the Xbox. And then obviously this, for this generation, rather than having something big and new, innovative, they just did better. They've just, as you said, they've just made it better. But to be fair, I wouldn't say that's them losing their identity. It's pretty much, well, what else can they really do? You know, you could probably say, I don't know, tap into fucking switching from a VR experience, like they did for the April Fools last year or whatever the hell. But I don't think they're losing their identity whatsoever. Even if they do bring some more third-party violent games over towards it, because the majority of their first party is quite family-friendly, like Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and everything. Metroid Prime, okay, yeah, I guess that's more action-y, but it's not Cyberpunk. You're not going to have fucking sex in Metroid Prime.
No, because they're
With
releasing Cyberpunk for it.
Yeah, they are releasing Cyberpunk.
No,
Something
I know,
going
but
on there.
that's not first party. That's third party, though.
Yeah, but that's the
They have
thing.
some
I think
good
that's what they're
family
on about.
settings though as well. So
Yeah.
you can.
Yeah. Oh, Nintendo's
The
very good at that.
Nintendo
Like,
family settings are brilliant.
They've
Like
always
you're
been-
not
they've
going to
always
get
been
kids that
top.
are going to be able to, if they're set up properly, is not going to play it. I kind of understand that whole thing of maybe losing their identity a bit. I mean, history of Nintendo, they started off, they were just a flower company, then they were doing trading cards first. Like, they've been around since the 1800s. And then they got into the consoles and everything. So they've always been family friendly. I get that they're doing it, but I think that in the current market and the way everything is, even though they haven't been as innovative and maybe come out with something new, what could they do new hardware wise that Nintendo could do now? Because it's the hardware section has been killed by Xbox. It's and all the others. They're all trying to get rid of that completely. You don't need it anymore. So they're going to have to move with the times. They're going to have to open the gates to get more people to still have a handheld. Like they've not gone back to a console base. And yeah, they I don't think they're losing that seal of approval. I think they're probably going to try and tier it, aren't they? There's that seal of approval, which is your family friendly stamp Nintendo games, and then you've got your third parties and your indies over here. We'll keep them separate and whatever. They've been innovative with the emulation within theirs. I mean, they're really strict on emulation and copies, and someone's done that, we're going to sue them. Cease and desist letters going out the door
Yeah.
faster than
Great
copies
work,
of
guys.
Mario. But they've done their own emulations and they're constantly adding to it. So I don't know. It's I kind of get what people are saying.
I wouldn't say that they're not. No, I don't. I think that's silly. I don't think they're losing their identity. I think they're just expanding.
I think it's all to do with just what companies generally suffer from. Everything has to be growing, profits have to be going up. If they don't keep investors happy, then the companies are going to struggle. It's just all rooted in money. I mean,
Of course it is.
if opening the floodgates promises millions and millions more profit being made, and they don't chase it, like people will be asking them, why not?
Why not?
Of course.
Maybe not the same thing the Xbox has had to do. I mean, let's be honest, Xbox hasn't exactly flourished this generation with hardware sales. If they didn't open up the doors and didn't chase cloud and stuff like that, we maybe wouldn't see too many more Xboxes coming out of them. Microsoft maybe would have just sold it on. Which there was an interview with the guy that runs it. No, not Phil Spencer, his boss, where they actually came close to doing that. So I would say it's just money. I don't think it's anything to do with identity.
No.
Well, Phil Spencer come out and basically said that the whole Game Pass isn't for everyone as well.
Yeah, considering it's not the narrative. The narrative has changed now, wasn't it? It was Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass, Game Pass. Game Pass isn't for everyone. You know, if you're not going to play that many games, then don't get it. Just buy the games you want to play.
If you only play a couple of games a year, just buy the games.
I must admit, very quickly on Game Pass, I must admit, I've been tempted to fucking get rid of it. Not because I think the service is shit. I really, really like it. But I've already got a bunch of other games which I haven't fucking completed, and I need to restrict myself.
But the
I've already got rid of.
Go on.
I've already got rid of PlayStation Premium.
No, I can't. That's too good.
I downgraded it all the way down to just the standard because the service is just.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not.
Probably like.
Sit down to masturbate. Is PlayStation Plus shit? Tirus versus Lou. Go.
If you work out the amount of games you get compared to, so the only thing that Xbox has that's different is you get to play day one releases. Now, if Xbox took that away, I don't think Game Pass would do so well. Personally, let's be honest.
Then again, most stuff that comes out on PlayStation doesn't stay on it, even their own stuff. Whereas you look at Xbox, and even if it wasn't day one, even if it was a year later, aside from the Forza games, who that's due to licenses going out, everything's still there. PlayStation, they had God of War. A few months later, they take God of War. Xbox don't do that.
They do have some games leave, but I think it's down to popularity, download, and timeline and agreement. They've done it for people. But the ones that go, they sit in Game Pass for a while. Like if you look at what's leaving now, they've sat there for a very long time.
I mean, Sniper Elite 5 from the top of my head is leaving soon. When was Sniper Elite 5? 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
So that's a lengthy time.
But what if you think about, for example, you remember when Xbox used to give the free games of gold?
I missed.
The games of gold was with your gold membership. I think they were gonna, as soon as Game Pass came in, they were already starting to phase that out. And Game Pass has been around for such a long time.
Yes, but let's just go back to games with gold. Yeah, if you had a look at games with gold for 1 month, and then looked at what PlayStation were giving on that same month, it was like a triple-digit price compared to what Xbox would give. And
do you mean like as in the value of the monthly games that you get on PlayStation Plus compared to be fair, you got a very good point there.
Yeah,
but to also add to that, Lewis, the basic PlayStation one gets the monthly games.
So I'm
not really losing out on those.
Yes, but on Premium, you also get to play the PSVR 2 games, which I have a PSVR 2.
I don't.
No. So obviously, for me, there's money saved there. I mean, I was going to buy the Star Wars collection for the Galaxy Edge. You know, the one that they put on. Paul, you've got it, ain't you? On the VR? Yeah. Well, they put it on. I was going to buy it, and then I'm so glad that I stopped myself. Because then the next day, they announced it to go on. I was like, oh my God. And I literally they just put Hogwarts Legacy, which Tom
I was about to say,
Christmas,
Lou, there's the opposite of that, which you fucking hate. Because when someone buys you something and then it comes on.
Yeah. And it's not even that long. It's like, 2 months? And I'm like, oh, really? Are you kidding me?
The amount spent on Game Pass a year may as well save for a kick-ass PC and play on the superior Steam. Lol. To be fair, Steam is probably the most superior.
Cheaper as well. I mean, Shadows is 60.
Well, Game Pass. If you were to pay Game Pass like GP now, what's it? 13? Is it
$14.99 for Ultimate a month?
Yeah. So we'll say £15 a month. So
So you
you're
could use on Game Pass right now.
150, 100,
Don't tell my wife these
180
figures. She'll tell me
quid
to
a
cancel it
year.
now.
180 quid a year if you're paying full whack every month.
I'm not gonna lie though.
And
with
how much
do you
would it
think?
be if I spent for 70 quid per month on a new game then?
So much more, dude.
Exactly.
The reason I favor Game Pass over PlayStation Premium was I wasn't using it enough.
Mm.
Aside from the Resistance trilogy that came out, I wasn't streaming anything on the PS3 part. The movies they were putting in, I'd seen them all before.
Yeah.
It's just there's 4 Xboxes in my house, mine and my kids. If I bought a game for myself and a game for my kids every month, there's a couple hundred a month for games alone. I pay the Game Pass memberships. I pay for 2 Ultimates because there's four Xboxes. Share between two, and that saves me a clean fortune. The amount of games my kids play, the Game Pass absolutely pays for that, covers it. Sorry, pays for it, covers it.
Sitting here, Tom. No offense, I can't see you only doing £70 a month on a game when there's so many good games that come out in that same month. So
To
if
be
you
fair,
were to do 70 times 12, that'd be £840.
To be fair, I probably wouldn't pay 70. Again, here's the thing with all these services, it's all subjective to our needs and our wants.
Exactly.
Like what Lou has with the PSVRs. But if I was to pay £70 a month, which I won't because I've got too many games here, and plus I won't buy any new games because I love my retros too much. But the thing about this is it's all subjective. It's all depending on our situations. Like Tirus is, he's got fucking 4 Xboxes in his house, and obviously that saves him an ass ton of money. Lou, obviously you got a PSVR too, which that saves you an ass ton of money.
And also, I quite like going back and revisiting games. Like one thing I don't like, fuck off the PSP. Stop giving me PSP version of the games. Why the fuck would I want to play the terrible version of Toy Story 3 when there's a better version on PS3?
Yeah. PSP versions are
like,
ass.
Like the PSP version of Thrillville sucks. There's no voice acting.
It's probably because it's easier.
No, it's
easier to emulate.
It looks. I was showing Megs, and Megs went, "What are those little triangles walking around?" I went, "They're supposed to be the NPCs." She went. So I showed her the difference between the PS2 version and the PSP version, and it's horrible. It's actually horrible, the difference. She said it hurts my eyes. Looking at it hurts my eyes. I put it on the TV and she went, turn it off. It hurt my eyes. It was so blurry, it hurt her eyes.
In fairness, they weren't really meant to be on big screens like that.
Like, yeah.
So in the end, I played it on my PS, my PS Portal.
Cool.
And it was better, but if you're gonna give us a game that is decent, at least give us it decent on the right version. Like,
well, that's why they increase the price every now and then.
Like it's warranted, obviously, for you to pay for the full whack of.
But I'll be honest with you, I like going back and playing games I never played. Like I never ever played Sly Raccoon, so I got to try that, and that was really fun. And also the added bonus of getting a trophy on it, gives more of a challenge as well. Like, I like that. But I can't wait. The day that they put Toy Story Racing on, I don't care if it's a Tuesday. I'm booking the day off sick with you guys.
Retro Perspective coming soon. That'll be good. To be fair, though, I'd love to do one with you on Toy Story 2. Now that's on PS Plus.
I'll do that. Platinumed it.
I know. That's why I would love to have.
Never got to. When I was a kid, it was too hard. It was such a hard game to play as a kid. Now I have that kid in me has now been pretty much.
I think Lewis should stream Lion King. See how he does.
No, I've done
that.
No, I've done that.
Oh no!
Or Aladdin.
I've done that. No.
Have you done Aladdin?
No, I've done that. I'm not doing it.
Have you done Lion King?
Yeah, I hate it.
Oh,
the section where you have to jump and
monkey.
you have to swing with the monkey. I hated that.
that was the first time I smashed a controller.
You smash controllers all the time. What do you mean?
No, I don't.
I had it on the SNES.
I Mega Drive.
I got the Genesis.
I smashed the controller to that game. Like I just remember jumping up, trying to throw it, but the wire was around my arm, and I got cross because it was around my arm, and it just swung my arm.
I'll tell you
And the
what,
controller just went straight into the wall and blew it apart.
this fucking game has a banger of a soundtrack, though.
It does.
It's
it's the Lion King.
yeah, but
But
16
to put it in
bit.
16-bit, it's brilliant.
Fuck.
It's absolutely brilliant.
But the fact that it was designed for that, designed to be that difficult. So obviously, because blockbusters and game rentals back then was a big thing, it was so that the kids wouldn't complete it over the weekend. Pure fucking evil, but genius.
Specifically designed to be hard.
And that fucking did anyone else get confused at like the first fucking level where like there's the button where to roar, but because you're so young it does fuck all, and you're like, what the fuck? It does nothing.
Yeah, you have to wait till you get older.
I know, but obviously the first
time.
time you play it, you're like, fucks me. Who the fuck's me? Fuck me. I'm trying to like roar and
Someone's watching Hook. Speak.
No, Captain. I'm in a Disney mood all of a sudden now. Jesus.
Do you know another game that was very difficult as well? Did you ever play that one where you would? It was a Jurassic. I think it was Jurassic Park, but it was the second one, Lost World, and you played as that little dinosaur. I've never got past that level.
I don't think I've even played that one.
Hang on, Tom's probably got it because of course he has.
Guys, Tom, of course he has. He probably has the collection or something.
Lost World, I think it was called. That was what the movie was called, Lost World. So hard, dude. So hard. You play as a little I can't remember the name of the dinosaur. It's the little green ones that look like little.
Okay, I'm back. Well, they say the name again, Lou.
Lost World.
He has it.
Yeah, he has it. So hard.
I love it. It's this was the first Sega Genesis, Sega Saturn game I bought with it. When I bought my Sega Saturn.
The one when you played the little, I can't remember what it was.
It was like
Compies. That's it.
Compies, yes.
And I was like, oh my god, this thing! It literally you
1 meter lang.
It felt like you were spitting when you were.
Wait, I'm in the German section. I was like 1 meter lang. That's wrong.
But it was so hard, and I never got past.
German and so hard in the same sentence.
Character information: Hunter (brackets Homo sapien). Human scientist (brackets Homo sapien). As if I didn't know that. Good God. Sorry, yeah, another difficult game. Enjoyable, though. I just use the cheats to go to the end while I play as the T-Rex. Classic. Right, I'm going to stop getting my collection out.
And then he returns it.
To the collection. Tom's 100% got like this long list of games.
Like his walls probably just shelves upon shelves.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm back.
Are you? We didn't see you though.
What? All right. Anyway, I loved how that just stemmed from us talking about Nintendo losing their identity.
Yeah, but these were Nintendo games you were pulling out.
Sega.
Oh yeah, sorry.
Sega. Well done, Lewis.
Sorry, I forgot. Sorry, Sega Genesis.
If we still did the This Week in LOD, that would have been in it.
I was just waiting for it. I knew it would happen at some point. I was just waiting for something to happen for me to just go, there you go.
Sega Genesis.
Is that the one? Is that the one, Tirus? Oh, love it. Where's the?
I'm sorry. I used to think the Sega was a Nintendo device. I'm not gonna lie.
Really?
Yeah, because when my aunt gave it to me, I went, "Oh, a Nintendo." She went, "No."
Oh man, my friend's uncle was absolute Sega diehard, and when we asked him if he could play Mario Kart on it one day, he actually threw us out of the house.
Did he actually?
Mario
How
Kart,
old were you?
I was about 9, 10, something like that. We were out at his flat.
I wasn't born
And
yet.
as soon as we
Even
seen
close.
it setting, it was like, oh, can you play Mario Kart in that? Get out right now. Just
Fuck
get out.
no. That's a good uncle. My God. I will say I do like Nintendo Switch Online for their retro collection and the ease of it all as well. I want to get those controllers, but
that.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mitch is
I
doing
was
a
just
good
thinking
idea.
that. I was actually thinking about when, obviously, I get the Switch 2, because I'm sure that thing's going to be like gold dust for a while.
go
Trying to
to
get
small retro shops, Tyrus. That's where I pre-ordered mine. They seem to get shit tons in, but you have to bundle it.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm going to keep running, but I'm going to mute and disappear. So one of my alarms was going off downstairs. Wailing thought it was the fire alarm. It's not the fire alarm. It's the carbon monoxide alarm. And so I'm going to
Get out, get
install.
out, get out, get out, get out,
Okay.
get out, get out, get out, get
Might
out.
be back shortly.
Get out. Bye.
Oh, is that bad?
That's very bad.
Yes, it's bad, Lewis.
Very
Carbon
bad.
monoxide alarm. Is
So
that bad?
Before I finish my current job, like 2 weeks beforehand, nice little office building, carbon monoxide alarm was going off again.
So what's
No,
the difference between the fire alarm and the carbon monoxide?
Carbon monoxide.
Carbon monoxide, you don't smell it, but
Yeah,
it'll kill you.
It's a very silent killer.
I know you can kill you. I'm not stupid. Mustard gas and stuff like that, right?
And that's no.
Lewis.
Sorry, my brain's not working.
Anyway,
Sorry.
Right.
So carbon monoxide is the oxygen that's bad, right?
yeah. Anyway, as
I'm
Paul,
not a scientist.
as Paul's avatar and name suggests, some shit transition into the Oblivion news is what I'm trying to get at right here. Fucking
We have just descended into Oblivion thanks to Lewis.
fucking hell, Tyrus, that was just mwah, you're back full time, my friend. Fuck me, yeah, we have. Yeah, Oblivion. Shadow dropped. Yesterday?
No, today.
Today, right. I only noticed it when I went on here because I'm just completely unaware from like my iPad phone majority of today and yesterday and anyway recent times that I went on here to go on Gears of War earlier on, and I click on the Xbox app on my desktop, and next thing you know, bang, Oblivion comes up, and I've seen like little inklings of it on. There's been rumors for a while, haven't there?
This is the worst kept secret for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
The amount of leaks and stuff that's been like validated. I mean, the most recent thing was the French studio, which done the remaster, had images on like part of their website, but they weren't open to the public. But obviously, savvy people were able to get them off the website and start sharing them around.
Oh, fucking hell. Oh, bloody hell. But it's been dropped. 120 gigabytes worth dropped. Yeah, so here's the thing. And I'm going to just...
Yeah, it come out on PlayStation as well.
Yep.
Of course.
PC, PlayStation, Xbox, Game Pass.
Switch 2? No. But yeah,
actually, I don't think so.
Nah, I don't know. You never know.
Eventually, there might be a version of it eventually. I mean, like, so if Skyrim can run on a Switch, then you can get something like that running.
Yeah, no, of course. Here's the thing. I'm going to show my true colors here now, folks. I am not that much of an Elder Scrolls fan. I mentioned it beforehand, Tyler. I think probably one of the first episodes we did this. I've always talked about, however, every time I've touched Skyrim, how Heather's a big fan of Skyrim. She's still playing Skyrim right now. I know. She literally was like, "Okay, Tom,
I got to agree with you. I
can't get into
games where I never finished.
Every time I play on it, I always go, "This reminds me of Fallout. I want to play Fallout." So this drop for me isn't as big as if, say, like a Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas remaster came out, but I can appreciate how it's a huge game. And I really wanted to play, and I really want to play the original. It's just I never actually have. Now, if
the original, I'll admit, is very hard to play now.
I would have been more excited for Fable 3. So,
Okay, so Tyrus, you know me. I like my older games and everything, and of course, this is something which, if I was to make a top 10 list of games which I haven't played but I want to, it will probably be at least in the top 5. Considering I've played like a good hefty amount of hours in Skyrim because I dabbled into it, I know how it plays and all that. Is it that difficult going from Skyrim to the original Oblivion, say on the Xbox?
Yes.
Okay,
Even more so than going from Fallout 4 to 3. It's
Ooh.
much older, a lot more rugged visually. If you're not used to looking at those graphics anymore, it's hard. It's like staring at an old 720p TV. After a while, you just can't. I start taking sore heads and stuff. Like, I don't know if everybody's like that. I can't play it anymore. Half an hour into it, and I'm just like, just turn it off.
Yeah. So if I was to, gameplay wise, other than the graphics and everything, because I think I can personally, I think I can deal with like the way it looks, now. But the way it plays, would you say it's drastically different? Something that I could probably pick up?
It is drastically different. It's just Skyrim was an evolution of what they did in Oblivion. So what worked in Oblivion and what didn't work
was better
when they progressed on the Skyrim, stuff that didn't work was just completely left out of it. They tried some new things and then built upon what did work. In the remaster, according to what I played so far, the basic combat is the same, but there's other things added on, like quality of life things, like more modern gameplay features. I mean,
could I get married into it and buy a house like I can in Skyrim?
No, that was never in it. That was stuff that was added to Skyrim.
Okay, because I know Heather's going to ask me that when I tell her this.
Well, look, I had like 1,000 hours on it on the PS3, and I was never came across anything about getting married, or I think you could have the wizard house or something. I think there was some mod of a wizard house, which you can actually see it in the screenshot of the Oblivion when it showed you Cyrodiil, or not, is it Cyrodiil? The capital, and you see the mountains in the background. You see this big tower standing. When that came up, the chat just lit up. People, the wizard tower, blah blah blah. So during the stream, a lot of people were just going off. The chat was just buzzing. A lot of positivity, a lot of happy people.
Ah, sweet. All right.
So if it's exactly the same plot, exactly the same voice lines, they didn't want to change anything. They didn't want to mess with anything.
Even the cock-up lines.
They wanted to leave the quirks, as they called them during the stream, in everything.
I've seen those ones where it's like the woman literally reads the whole bit and she goes, "Oh, let me do that again," and just does it again. That's still there. I've seen bits like that. That's ace.
Everything that people loved, like the weird voice lines. Like there's a particular character that's like, "Oh, I don't pass on rumors, I make them." And then when you pick a different option to like ask them for a rumor, their tone of voice completely changes, and they're like, "Oh, there's a guy down by the river, blah blah blah."
No fucking consistency there. Then love it. All right, okay, cool. What would you recommend then for me? Interested in that game to play the new one, or would you say visit the older one?
I would say just download the new one. Because the older one, it's exactly the same story, but the newer one will be much easier to play. Oblivion was a much harder game to play than Skyrim was.
What about Morrowind?
Morrowind, I would say the only option you really have is to play it on PC, because the backwards compatible version on Xbox I find very jarring.
Oh, really?
I don't know what it is about it. I don't know if it's the frame rate or if it's the resolution.
Product of its time?
Yeah, 100%. But if you have the PC version of it, then I think it will be a lot better. Because obviously you got a PC, so you should be able to get it. Hold on, did they even release it on the PC? I'm 100% sure. I'm sure they did.
I'm pretty sure they would have. Because the older ones, like the Elder Scrolls Arena's on like Steam. That's probably where we're proven wrong. Lou, your thoughts whilst Tirus is getting
Oh
up?
yeah, it's on Steam.
It's on Steam?
I never played
Xbox and
Oblivion.
PC.
Cool.
Obviously, by the time it just wasn't something that I ever really, as a kid, really had any interest in. Skyrim, I played for, I'd say the max I played was maybe 12 hours. It's one of them games where I think that I need to really like put in some effort with it. But again, I'd rather play Fallout.
I know, if you like a certain theme or you like a certain certain theme area type of stuff like that, you're gonna just go back to your comfort food, aren't you, rather than try something new.
The thing,
that's like, would I rather play Crash Bandicoot or Spyro? Spyro all day long.
The thing with this remaster is though that we're all a certain age. Like, yeah, Lewis is the youngest of us, but there's a whole generation of gamers that completely aged out of Oblivion. Skyrim was their first, and 6 is still years away. So this remaster will probably give them a taste of a new story completely, and maybe even create new fans, because there's a lot of people that like Fallout, they like Skyrim, but there's not really anything else out there that gives them that, not to the same degree.
That is very true.
You have some games that done it better. I mean, I think the Outer Worlds done the Skyrim formula better. No, it's not a big open map and you're going from place to place, but I think as an RPG, it's better mechanics wise and systems wise.
Okay. I'm gonna have to give it a go, because considering, again, I'll just probably slot right into those who who just weren't born ready to play Oblivion, and that might be that nice little.
That you just ain't a bigger fan as.
I want to give it a go. I really want to give it a go, because as I've gotten older, I have come to appreciate the fantasy type of genre. Like I wasn't a fan of Fable 1, 2, or 3.
3 I liked.
Fable never hooked
I
me.
only like 2.
I liked them very aggressive gnomes.
The underpants gnomes.
The thing,
and the coolest thing is I actually interviewed the guy that made that game.
Fucking hell,
which was really cool.
The thing we need to remember is that we're the minority. There's the majority of gamers don't go back to old games. They just play what they've got.
Yeah.
Like, if you only have a Switch, you're not going to care about any of this. If you've only got a PlayStation 5, that's about as backwards compatible as a fucking Post-it. So you're not going to know what Oblivion is. I mean, if your first console's a PS4, you're definitely not going to know what Oblivion is.
Yeah.
Like, people on Xbox are lucky that they were so hell-bent on backwards compatibility, but I would still say a lot of people didn't go that far back.
In my 360 days, my main games I would play was Gears of War, Halo, and The Godfather.
2 or 1? They're both fucking ace games.
2. Gears of War, I remember.
Fuck me, the management system in that, and where you went from.
If it wasn't for Gears and Halo, I never would have played. But actually, Gears is what introduced me to the Xbox franchise. Halo and Gears is the game that my stepfather introduced me to, and that was the time when we really got along.
Halo was the only reason I even looked at an Xbox.
Halo 3 is my favorite. Halo 3.
I had PlayStation 1, then PlayStation 2, then everyone was talking about the Xbox coming out, and the age I was when it came out, I didn't have the money to go and buy another console. I was still in fucking high school. So I just stuck with what I knew. My older half brother, David, got an Xbox because he was old enough to be working at the time, so he wouldn't pay for it himself. Credit card, Xbox Live, SOCOM, all that stuff. That was my exposure to other things. Because sure, the PS2 didn't even have the modem installed in them. You had to buy that separately and stuff. So I ended up buying a 360 purely for Halo.
And the
Because
online.
if it wasn't for Halo, I would never even have
Yeah,
looked
Halo
at.
is one of your favorite games of all time, if I'm correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the recent ones. The recent ones are rubbish.
No. Halo 3 is honestly top tier. Halo 3 ODST was second top tier in my opinion.
Halo 3, Halo ODST, and Reach
If I ever play
should
Halo
be
3,
should
I
be like
never
Hall
play
of
as
Fame
Master
games.
Chief.
Like
I never play as Master Chief. I don't know what it is, but I like Arbiter. He's my favorite character. Arbiter. Is
I
my favorite.
remember people's reaction when Halo 2 came out and the Arbiter was a playable character. I remember how angry people were. I thought, oh, cool, because like obviously I only played Halo in bits and pieces.
You know what?
I wasn't fully into it.
I have never played Halo 2 yet.
Well, the Master Chief Collection is the best way to play it.
No, that's
That
something
is-
that me and I was going to talk to Thom about after Gears of War. I'd like
Yeah.
to do the whole Halo collection.
Oh, I'm fully agree with you, Lou. Master Chief Collection for sure.
Mhm.
However, for me, the Master Chief Collection on my Xbox, every time, because they got that button which changes the fucking overall graphics, I spaff that every fucking time. As soon as I'm walking.
You might have to, do you know what? You might. I might need to have you record.
Whoever's
as well
watching
again.
on stream, they wouldn't need to be epileptic because they're going to be lying on the floor. Tom's just and there's like a dozen people lying on the floor. Just
He done that with another game. What other game did you do that with on stream? You done a stream and you kept
Me?
Yeah, was it GoldenEye? Yes, it was.
I think it was, you know.
Yeah,
That
and I
rings
was
a bell.
like, Jesus, Tommy, you were like, oh my god, look at the difference.
I'm a bastard. I got to ask though. I got to ask now. Since we've been chatting and all that and shooting the shit, and obviously Paul's not here to give us his thoughts of Oblivion. You mentioned Lou. Oh fuck, he's here. He's not dead.
Yeah,
he's alive.
If I go extremely red and fall asleep, someone call the emergency services. Right?
I must admit,
I would, but you won't get an ambulance.
I was
for
thinking
about an hour or two, maybe.
I was
Here, the last time an ambulance was phoned for me, it didn't come.
Yeah, but you're an
Good
island,
luck.
that's why.
I couldn't get over that bridge.
I was thinking, Paul, if you were
They're waiting for it to be built.
Actually, Sue's told me about the emergency services in Ireland, so I'm guessing it's same as Northern Ireland.
In Northern Ireland, it's just every time. Like I'm not slabbering about English or anything like that. Every time the government goes, oh, this is your budget, and it's like so much smaller than the last one. It's like the only thing Stormont over here can do is cut money to services because they can't do anything else. They can't. Oh, well, we'll pay for this part on our own because all the money goes to Parliament, and then they sort it out, and then the budget's given to us. So it's everything over here is just cut.
Yeah, the other part that no one wants, sort of thing.
I was thinking, Paul, if you were to have
I
collapsed,
fucking want to either list, don't worry.
If you were to collapse or not been able to come back to your desk, who the fuck would have stopped the stream?
Ended the stream. It would just been live. Yeah,
Didn't been alive for the longest time. Well, I'd have had to break into his house.
Carbon monoxide alarm was going off. There was some cooking going on downstairs, so I think the actual hob is faulty. So I'm Tom's health and safety. I deal with health and safety, so I have more than one CO detector in the house. I have one over my gas meter. I have one near my boiler in the kitchen. The one in the kitchen was going off, so I took it out and tried to reset, and it was not resetting. But the one in the living room wasn't activated. So I took the one from the living room into the kitchen, tested it, left it, and it's fine. But I think what's happened is that the cooking on the hob, I've noticed that the hob isn't a blue flame. It's starting to get the orange flame on it, which is that there's some kind of air getting into it somehow. So I need to speak to the landlord. So there's no hob cooking.
Good.
Takeaways for me.
Hey,
I've got to send that to them anyway, and I've ordered some new ones, but just aired out the place just to make sure and everyone's all right downstairs. That's
well, the main thing is
Wasted
that
meal.
you're all fine, right?
yeah.
Good.
But again, I
Whoa.
deal with this. I was like, I've got another one. I'm gonna double check just because I know what the process is. Open all the windows, shut the gas off, go downstairs, wait 4 hours for Cadent to turn up, turn around and go, can't find the link, isolate your gas. So you got no heating, no hot water, no gas, and then wait for someone to come in and do a check, which will be another gas engineer or the landlord, which means I could be without gas, and that means no heating, no hot water, no cooking for however long until one of them comes and goes, nothing wrong, take the oven out. So I just did it myself.
Don't blame me.
So I'm all right.
So, Paul, adoring fan, Oblivious to Oblivion. We've had a little discussion about it. Quite interesting. I
Glad you went
found.
on. Yeah.
Your thoughts, because I think we run dry.
Yeah, we're done. We're done with the Oblivion, so it's your turn.
Well, I don't know, like what you were talking about, but I mean, obviously it was a shadow drop. Was it Vino
obliviated
Mouse just oblivious to it? Is
It
he?
was just.
No.
It was just. It's not puppy playtime. I don't care.
No,
It was exactly
I
that.
said
You don't
if
understand. Like this is the starting
I
story
never
of where
played- I
Skyrim
started-
comes from.
yeah,
and
but
then
I
on
played
top of that-
Skyrim, not Oblivion or Obliviate, or where the
Yeah,
fuck
okay.
it's called.
Yeah, okay. So you played
Oblivion.
Skyrim. Did you enjoy Skyrim?
It's alright.
It was all right.
I'd rather play
So-
Fallout.
Fair enough. You prefer that, but I'm just saying that like Oblivion is the like kind of the forefather. It's the story of how we get to Skyrim.
Yeah, and it's also what Mark called as the worst version of Skyrim.
Really?
He
no.
said it.
Highly unlikely.
Oblivion is all the good stuff taken out
I think you
and
meant
made
as a game.
Skyrim.
No, I meant that all the stuff that
Go-
was good from Oblivion, they carried it over into Skyrim, and all the stuff that didn't work, they just didn't.
Yeah, exactly. The bad
Yeah.
version of Skyrim.
No, it's not a bad version of Skyrim. It's the
It's a
in order to
20-year-old
continue-
game.
To continue on the story, they've come out with Skyrim. I mean, like for Lewis, probably doesn't get what this is. Obviously, my name and what my avatar was. But,
Yeah, you did. It's in that
Starfield.
space one. Yeah, that's one.
Yeah, there it is. So you knew it was in Starfield. That was a nod to Oblivion. It was a shadow drop, wasn't it? There was some rumors originally that someone had flipped the image originally when they first posted it out, and that it was supposed to be Elder Scrolls 6 because it was V1, not 1V. And then you see the mask and everything, and it's like, yeah, that's brilliant. And yeah, like they actually dropped the game before the official trailer and that whole Bethesda thing come out. So I've got it downloaded. I haven't played it yet, but that does mean everything else I have.
I think I've already like 2.5 hours on it.
Have you? It's
as soon as it said during the stream, oh, we don't want to make people wait. It's available right now. I was straight the app my phone.
Game Pass reviews, Oblivion. I had a look at the remake and just some of the some of the reviews. I wanted to see if I can actually see them and whether I can get them up on the screen. But yeah, I mean, like, look, I liked the trailer. I had a look. I watched through with Todd, Todd and whatever talking about it.
So Tom, did you?
I couldn't believe it. It was like 20 years old.
As soon as they said 20, I just went,
I was like,
ooh,
Jesus.
okay.
Made you guys feel old as fuck.
You get a couple.
This is the kind of game that they should be remastering. Like, not stuff that's like 4 or 5 years old, stuff that's like 15, 10, 20. Stuff that like people, like a whole generation of people have never even been exposed to.
Fucking tell that to PlayStation with The Last of Us.
Oh, the bundle. When season 2 came out, oh, there's a bundle. Yeah. It's like,
Lick my left sack.
Game Pass. There we go. I mean, considering when you load up the PC version,
Excuse me.
it comes up like the PC version of the Xbox app. It instantly shows the Oblivion, Elder Scrolls Oblivion logo as it loads now. There are a couple of people who look like they're just having fun. They're probably, a bunch of Lewises, just trying to bomb it. So you've got pretty boring 1 star.
Fucking
Fun
seriously.
game.
No, I wouldn't
Fun
do
game needs to be optimized. Really enjoying it unless you have a beefy PC and legs on it. So these are PC ones.
Fucking hell.
that. No, Paul, I've never
Crashes
played it
constantly.
because it wasn't something back then that I was really into. I was a kid.
Someone said Morrowind next, please.
But
The ones on Xbox, actually, the console are a lot better. They're funny.
Yeah, but the thing is, Paul.
The first one, sorry, Liz, the first one that comes up whenever I look at the reviews. Please, Bethesda, stop forcing gender ideology. Remove body type A, B rubbish, or give players the option to remove or keep it.
What?
Eh?
Oh, there you go.
It's a remaster of a 20-year-old game. Fuck, what the fuck?
Modern audience. I'm a male, not a body type 1. A male.
Ugh.
Jesus Christ. Daz, yes, I did watch all the wrestling. I did Raw, SmackDown, and WrestleMania, but except for Hall of Fame. Very disappointed in day 2 of WrestleMania. But fun nonetheless. Sorry, carry on, Paul.
I'm just having a look because these aren't like amazing. Not played much yet, but I have is Beyond Awesome. That's me, a new one. Someone said, Todd, can I have your children?
Love you, Daddy Todd.
There you go. Another
What's
one
this
just got Wheel of Cheese. It's the Game Pass reviews for Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion remaster. Like, they were already straight today. They're on there.
How the fuck do you find all these? Because I can't.
So if you go to the game, if you go to the actual game on Game Pass,
am I able to do it on my phone?
Let me have a look, see if you can do it on the phone.
Because I'd love to see all these. Todd, I'd like to have your babies. It's gonna have to be on the PC, isn't it?
It's under the Game Pass. Yeah, Game Pass. Hold on, let's have a look.
Like there's literally 1-star reviews that somebody's just put like a ... trying to push it down.
50 quid for this game, though. That's not bad for modern days prices.
No, I'm tempted,
Just in case.
Just to keep it, because it's released the Oblivion, but it has all of the additions. Everything that came out afterwards that was the top tied to Oblivion is included in this.
Yep.
Like
Horse armor!
Horse armor! Wheel of Cheese! That's another review. Oh, there's someone there. Deus Keck Machina. Brilliant name. This is so trash. Imagine struggling to make any new game you resort to stealing thunder from Sky Oblivion.
What? What?
That's what it says. Goat is good. Great remaster. They should remaster Black and White. Great other game in the past. This is so peak. The best remaster you could wish for. Cheese for everyone. Amazing game. Sold my flatmate for this game. Yeah, they don't have the reviews on the
I just added a new review.
Oh, did you?
Horse. Welcome back. Game of the year.
There's loads.
Wow.
Hype as fuck. What a way to market your game. There are other people who have said like, "Oh, is this a delay tactic for 6?"
I don't know. Considering the amount of time it would take to redo that,
potentially, but who gives a fuck? It's a new game. It's as what Tirus has said. It's perfect for people who have never, like myself, really been into that type of genre and wanted to give it a go, or fucking. For the new generation who weren't even around for Oblivion.
Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion. It's got someone put 1 star, by the way. Skyrim remastered when? I need Skyrim remastered instead.
Fucking hell,
One
man.
The amount of
star.
versions that have come out of that,
I
all right.
know. No, that's just on. These are the
That's
PC ones, but
hilarious.
I mean, like the ones that were on the actual console were funny as hell. I can't see them here from the PC.
Morrowind.
But yeah, I mean, like I was like, ooh, it looks nice. I want to try it out. I want to do it again. And yeah, it's true. I'm probably going to lose a lot of time over this one, and everything else is going to go into the backdrop. Apart from my
Yeah.
dailies on Warframe. Yeah.
Bah.
Sorry, south of
Sorry.
midnight.
Oh, I'm on to chapter 5 on that.
You're on chapter 5. I only did chapter
I
1.
think I'm on chapter 5. It's been a week. Or no. More or less a week. It's been more or less a week. I played a lot of it the first 2 days, and then I've just been distracted since then.
Oh,
I would definitely recommend it as a wee like in between game or something, because it doesn't feel like it's going to be that long, but the story's very good.
Yeah.
Like, I sometimes forget about the stop motion, and then I see the cutscene, and you see the big catfish, and you're like, oh, yeah,
Looks good.
because it just when it's in motion and you're playing it,
Right. Stop.
unless you're looking really, really close at it, you don't really see it.
No.
And then you see it in the cutscenes, you see all the details and the hair and the way everything's textured, and you're like, oh yeah, that's right.
Well, I'm probably gonna download it. I'm probably gonna give it a go.
You should do. And
I really should.
It's not one of those ones you're gonna have to put hours just to get into it. Like, it's not. I'm not disrespecting it. I don't have time for that sort of game anymore. It's not like a Monster Hunter. It's not going to be so many hours before you're all there set up.
Perfect for me.
So I think because we were going on. So yeah, that's my take on Oblivion. It was a shadow drop. I'm interested in it. I'm going to spend some time on it. And yeah. Following on from that, we do have a couple other bits. I wonder if we've got time for a bit, which is while Hayden's away, he did give us
I'm one of the clever people.
Yes.
which is I'm one of the clever people. So let's see if everyone joins in. So it says, as Oblivion Remaster has finally been announced and dropped, if you could have a remaster remake of a game, what would it be? And what changes would you make to the remaster remake to improve the game?
I've got a boring one.
Go for it.
Which we've discussed before. Stick with Bethesda, Fallout 1 and 2 in the style of Fallout 4.
Oh, yeah.
That would be
Fallout 3, Fallout 4. Yeah, I would.
Yeah. First person / third person. You know, I think something like that would be astra-fucking-nomical and, you know, equally big, impactful like this. I love how Fallout 1 and 2 plays, but having it in that modern styling, fucking shut up and take my fucking money now. That's something which I would have remastered. If I'm gonna have to just go pure graphically wise, I'd like to update Star Trek Elite Force. That'd be fun. That'd be nice to update.
Too right.
Tirus?
I was thinking Resistance: Fall of Man, purely because there's not really any shooters like that anymore. You know, alternate history with sci-fi and aliens thrown into it. Everyone, especially when it comes to first-person shooters, because of the sheer size of the budget most of them need, they all just play it so safe, or they do what Delta Force is doing, and just nearly every day you log on, there's a different bloody bundle getting shoved into your face.
What about yourself, Paul? Still thinking?
Still thinking about it, because although we've had the 20th anniversary remaster of Beyond Good and Evil, I don't think it was on par. If you did it on, Unreal Engine 5, I did something like they've done now, where they rebuild the models up rather than just skin them.
Mm.
Mm.
I think you could really make it, like, considering some of the videos that come out of Beyond Good and Evil 2, like some of that type of play. I think they'd need to do it that way. It need to be really, really spot on. But I'm just thinking about like what else in like my collection I would say would be like a really good remaster.
I would
I'd
love
like-
to see
Oh.
Max Payne collection.
True,
1, 2, and
that's a
3.
good one.
Very good
And
choice.
apparently they're working on it, aren't they? I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure that was, and
I
it
remember
looks
this
good.
being a thing a couple of years ago where we spoke about that.
And I'd love them to do the Godfather games. I mean, there's no chance. I don't think we could see that.
They're
The
doing that,
Godfather-
aren't they?
If
They're
they
doing
are,
Godfather?
then that's the first time I've heard that.
If they are, bend me over because I'll take it. It just came out.
Lads, I'm really sorry to have to do this to you, but I'm gonna have to bounce.
Yeah,
That's all right. We're getting to the end of it.
Don't bounce. You might damage the house.
What's that implying? Anyway.
Just stick to your soggy biscuits, Lewis.
No, before anyone said no, I didn't call him fat. I've seen him bounce, and he nearly bounces all over the place.
Okay. Well, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but anyway.
No, neither do I.
Mark,
Full of
thank you
energy.
for joining us.
Thank you ever so much, Tyrus.
Brilliant
It's
having you.
It
Mark.
has been an absolute pleasure.
It's been fun.
And,
Is this
uh,
are you going to come back, or is this just a one-off?
Well, whenever I'm able to, yeah.
You're always a part of the show, Tyrus. It's just whenever is good for you, buddy.
Thanks. Catch you guys later.
Catch you
So,
later.
See you later, buddy.
Always a pleasure, dude.
What about you, Lewis? What would you remaster?
I just said him.
Oh, the Godfathers.
Godfather
look,
was.
there was-
Simpsons Hit and Run. Simpsons Hit and Run.
I was going to say Simpsons Hit and Run.
Yes.
And the Simpsons game. I think all the Simpsons games. So the Simpsons, the movie, Simpsons Hit and Run, more Simpsons Hit and Run. That was my GTA as a kid.
Do you know I
me
would
and my
remaster-
cousin used to do driving lessons on that, and if we crashed, we failed.
I love it. So good.
And in GTA, there used to be a woman who walked across the road, and I'd hit her, and she'd go, "Well, you failed." And I went, "No, she walked in front of my car. That's her fault. That doesn't count. It's not a red light. It's a green light. She's walked across the road. That's her
That
fault,
says-
not mine."
Dad says
Ridge Racer, ain't that the one that you can?
Definitely Sue Kitty.
I thought that said thanks for filling in Hayden's tires.
Okay, that's got to be the tagline for the show: filling in Hayden's tires.
I was about to write that.
I thought that said tires. I don't know why. My brain isn't working.
Oh man, I can't think of anything from the top of my head. There's so many good games.
I would like the
I'd
Monster
need to do
Inc.
Dino
game
Crisis.
was
I'd-
pretty good. Dino Crisis, that's a good one. I've not played the original yet. I've got it downloaded, but I haven't played it.
Oh, it's so good. I love it.
I'd like Marvel Ultimate Alliance.
Isn't that like that was your number one for favorite game of all time, isn't it?
That's my favorite game of all time. Yeah.
What about the original Spider-Man games? Would you do those in the 2018
Oh,
Spider-Man?
the PS2 one.
Yeah.
Trying to play them now.
Jungle
feels
Jill.
weird.
Ridge Racer
Feels
6.
weird.
Ridge Racer 6 would be a good remaster.
What's
That'd be
Jungle
nice.
Jill?
How the fuck do you describe Jungle Jill? I've
You
got
have-
it. I got it for free from like fucking Amazon Prime Gaming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I got it as well, didn't I?
Jungle Jill. Is it like
A platform, isn't it?
Is it
Scrolling
like
platform.
fucking that? Oh my fucking god! It's like the female version of Pitfall.
Yeah. Or Jill
Yeah.
of the Jungle, yeah. Jungle Jill.
Jungle Jill.
No, I've never heard of Jungle Jill. I like
Jill
the
of
ones-
the Jungle was.
There was a few games I used
That's
to
the actual
Jill
game.
of the Jungle. Yeah.
One was Toy Story 2, Buzz Lightyear to the Rescue. There was Toy Story Racing,
Mm-hmm.
which is my favorite racing game of all time. I don't know why, I just love it. The themes,
MS-DOS style game.
like they literally had like the best. They had the best songs in things like Monsters Inc., Toy Story 2, Toy Story Racing, Gex, but that's already been being remade.
Is that out yet?
It's coming out in August.
Ah, okay, so not long then.
But again, it's the same game. There's no change. I don't see a change really. Not really.
No, see, something like that, if it's a re-release for modern consoles, I'm happy with that. I'm happy
Yeah.
with that. Let me have a look, see, what else have I got? Oh, I do Hitman Absolution and Hitman...
Hitman Absolution has the graphics are still too nice.
They are too nice.
Way too nice. I bought that because of how much...
It is beautiful.
I let Megs play it. Megs played it, and she went...
Oh, I know they did. They brought it out. Ignore me. Sorry, carry on, Lou.
Megs played it on my PS5. The funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, is she like Heather and just shoots up the whole fucking place?
Yeah. Except she didn't realize how many people were in that building. Because Stealth and Megs is Splinter Cell.
How does she do with that?
She loves Splinter Cell. So Conviction and Blacklist and the original Splinter Cell games in like the engines we have now, I would buy that. I don't care how much it would be. Because Megs is really interested in Metal Gear Snake Eater. So I'm getting it for her as a surprise. She's not watching today.
She better not be.
No, she's too tired. So she's really likes that because that is very Splinter
Perfect
Cell.
Dark,
Like,
yes.
It's Perfect Dark's already been made. Coming out this year.
Yeah. Earthworm Jim. Fucking... Didn't they do it? No, they didn't. They probably re-released Earthworm Jim, I'm thinking of. What else was there? There was another one. Oh, I can't fucking remember right now. There's so many good games out there which deserves to be re-released, remade. Fuck. So many. I'd like to see... For some reason, Harry Potter, Philosopher's Stone on PS1.
Oh, yes. The original Harry Potter games. Oh, my God.
That'd be good. That'd be good.
But I don't want him to be like Hogwarts Legacy. I don't want him to change it. I want him to make it look different, but keep the same stuff.
Time to use that sock if she's too tired, Lou. She won't know.
Dark.
Oh, of course he wants... Yeah, no. I'm ordering a kebab for my mum.
Trying to think now. Is there anything else I can think of off the top of my head that I would like to be remade?
Shit, I nearly ordered a kebab to Meg's house. That would have...
I think I like Blink. I think Blink would be good. It'd be re-hit.
Blink is the one with the cat and the watch, you know?
Yeah, Blinks with an X.
That's
Blinks
Blinks
time
with an
cat.
X. That could be remastered as well, but Blink was the parkour shooter.
It's currently on... It was free on Steam, isn't it? Because I remember Hayden, redeeming it.
Yeah.
Just because. Fuck it. Alien vs. Predator, Atari Jaguar. There we go.
Or for me, an MS-DOS one that would be for PC would be the original Battle Chess.
I don't think of... Hold on, hang fire. Is that the one where it's like they move, they move and they're really, really fucking slow?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the woman and yeah.
And they were in cyan and magenta.
Yeah,
why that one would be like a proper nice one. That'd be good. Yeah, there you go. I think we've got time for your top 10, do we?
Well, I got 2 top 10s, so it's up to you. I mean, one which we probably already know about, which is the most influential video games of all time, or we can do, because you remember when we did that live stream where I went through the rankers most scariest horror games of all time, and it was as good as a wet fart.
Yep.
Well, I found another one from earlier this month, the 13 scariest horror games of all time. Not from Ranker, from a different source. So
yeah, we can do that one if you want.
Do that one?
Do that one?
Do
Okay.
that one.
So,
It's Tom's Top 10.
the best I could do, considering that we don't have the sound file.
That
I was wondering why you were screaming.
That was a beautiful one. All right, so I have
Strange.
found, because obviously, again, we did it when we did the live stream. We were playing. The fuck were we playing? What were we playing that one time? You, me, and Hayden.
Repo.
Operation Repo. That was it. Yeah, we played that. Fun game. But I did the top 10 list on there, and it was... So, I found it now, where the 13 scariest horror games of all time ranked from Comic Book. Gentlemen, especially Lou, since you weren't here last time, what would you say is the most scariest horror game of all time for you personally?
Condemned. I've heard that's really, really like that's something else.
I meant for you personally that you've ever played.
Oh, okay. There is a game, and I'll never play it again. And the game is called. I will need to look it up because I deleted it. That's how much I hated it. Megs thought it'd be funny. I didn't.
Excuse me.
So the game that I hate of all time, yeah, it's called a game called Dread Halls.
Do elaborate, because I'm not too familiar with that one.
So you basically, it's a VR game that's like Amnesia, but you're being hunted by like so many different things, and it's a maze, and I hate mazes in games. It's one thing I hate, and if you put me in a maze in a game with being followed, I hate it. It's one of the one things I hate, being followed and mazes.
Okay. Ooh, maybe that pops up. Paul, your scariest game?
Horror-wise,
Scariest horror game of all time.
scariest horror game of all time.
Sue the Kitty says Blair Witch. I remember that being a bit spooky.
That was a bit spooky.
Spooky.
Yeah, I was going to say because I liked Manhunt, but that wasn't really a horror. It was horror, but it wasn't scary.
No, that was a game. That was one of the
disturbing.
first games to be completely removed, and then they brought it back, and then they made it all like fuzzy and stuff when you did the kill, innit?
Daz says marriage.
No, Blair Witch wasn't. I wouldn't say Blair Witch was one of them games. I could play Blair Witch again with no problems.
All right. Okay.
The VR version, though, if you can fuck right off.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that would be really scary because, like, I don't really play that many horror games. The ones that did really freak me out were like, it was more psychological horror, like Hellblade, but and Resident Evil when I first played it was only the
What's them
flickers
games that
made
you want
jump.
me to? What's them games you want me to play that you bought on Steam and you got to play these? These are something else.
Oh God!
Planet Coaster.
Hang on, I've got the list.
It's fucking scary.
I had the top 10, didn't I? They were quite creepy.
And you said I can't wait to see your reaction.
Got
to
the
them.
collection, didn't I?
I said nope, not playing it for you.
Well.
Escape the back rooms and inside the back rooms was quite scary.
So one of them was called the Backrooms. Is quite scary. Some of them.
That's not the one which I review bombed, was it?
No. There's actual like first person ones where you have to really like be quiet.
Yeah, the ones that I've done them quite freaky.
Are you okay? That scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I had a folder. I think it's still there. Whether I've still got it or not.
Escape the Are You Okay? That was scary.
I didn't think it was that scary after like the first.
I'm a pussy. You're not. That's why.
No, but I don't like them.
You don't like
what
what
they called it,
being a child. Don't Be Afraid is quite creepy as well. That made you feel more uncomfortable than anything. I'm going to be doing a deep dive on that actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want me to go through? So, Lou, again, I'm not a horror geek. So some of the games which have come up on here are games that I am not familiar with. So I'm hoping that you might be the one to kind of like be like, yeah, that's scary. Or you might be like, nah, it's not. So again, last time the list that
Broken Law, that's coming out, isn't it? That's a game that's coming on PlayStation. Broken Law. Is that scary? Oh God.
Well, anyway, Lou, you're the horror buff here. When we did it last time, it was all like the general like mainstream ones, all like tons of Resident
FNAF on
Evil.
there.
Tons of Resident Evil, tons of Silent Hill came up on it, and some other bits. So
I'm gonna say FNAF is on there.
Number 13, because it's the top 13. Don't know where this actually came from. I think it's just from by the author themselves, Hadley Vincent. So if you disagree with it, blame Hadley. Number 13, Five Nights at Freddy's 4.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that is quite scary.
Yeah.
Especially the fact if you know the story and it's like it's all in your head and stuff. It's
All right.
Amiga games, by the way, that was the ones. The Amiga
That's it.
games bundle. So summer of '58. Find yourself locked up. September the 7th, and I'm counting to 6. They're fucking creepy.
And there was wasn't there the Father's Day, or was it something like that?
Yeah, there
One
was
of
a
them was-
father's.
You
Father's
said, "Oh,
Day
I
one.
want to watch you play that," and I never played it.
But anyway, yeah, those were the summer of '58 was the one I did.
All right.
Mm.
Number 13, Five Nights at Freddy's 4.
Okay.
Number 12, Darkwood. It's that bird's eye view one.
I mean, I would have found that more uncomfortable if that was in first person, personally.
Hey, King.
Hey, King, as it
broke Jimbo.
is creepy. Summer of '58 is really good. The psych horror in it. Just the
I haven't played it. I haven't played that
you
one.
should.
All right,
No,
so
thank you.
number
If it
12.
broke Jimbo, it's gonna fucking kill me.
Number 12, Darkwood then. Lou, you said, nah, not really.
It's good for what it is, but if it was first person, I can definitely say yeah, it'd be scarier.
Number 11, Fatal Frame 2, Crimson Butterfly.
Yeah, that's the one where you take pictures of ghosts.
That one's always...
That's
Yeah, that one-
Japanese, that is.
Yeah, which is, is going to be scary. That...
It's 2 hours long. Yeah, okay. I'm not playing it then.
Number 10, so we're now into the top 10 of the scariest horror video games, according to Hadley, whatever her last name or his last name was. Number 10, I haven't heard of this one. Wrong Floor.
Wrong floor.
I've heard of that. I have heard of that. Hang on, because I might actually have it.
And Wrong Floor is a bite-sized experience that perfectly captures dread, a dreamlike setting. There is no world building or narrative required to deliver tense horror.
Ain't even out. How the hell were they picking a game that ain't even out?
Wrong Floor invites you to take a step into the cold darkness where a sense of isolation masked by the feeling of being watched greets you with a creepy grin. A 15-minute experience that may leave you with nightmares. This free-to-play horror is one that will stay with me for years.
Maybe it's
Wrong
been
floor.
remade because Wrong Floor.
It's not out.
June 2025. It might be that it was one, and it's been remade. I don't know.
Perhaps. Who knows? Number 9. Eternal Darkness, Sanity's Requiem. That's the one which came on the GameCube, which made you fucked up your whole... Made you think that it was deleting your whole memory card thing and all that.
No,
Yeah.
I've not played that one.
Very innovative at the time. King says if Madison is not on the list, he can't take the list properly. That is the only game to get me so far.
Madison's one of the scariest games I've ever played.
I think I remember Madison coming up last time.
I never touched it again.
I think I remember when we did this list last time. Everyone was like, "What the fuck?"
I said goodbye to that game permanently.
So that was number 9.
In VR, it was 10 times worse. So much worse.
Number 8. This one was a lot higher on the previous list that we did. Well, without I found on Ranker. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. I wouldn't say it was full-blown scary.
Yes, it was. Have you ever walked around the corner and that big black mold turned around, walking around that? Yeah, fuck you. That was scary.
It was uncomfortable for me.
And being chased by grandma. No, thank you.
I lived that in real life. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know. Resident Evil 7, maybe it's because of how big of an impact it was, because of how much of a turn.
Resident Evil 7. I remember it took me a year to finish that game.
Yeah, number 8. Number 7, Outlast, the first one.
Yes, Outlast, yeah, that was
scary.
That is spooky, very very scary.
It's one of them games where you don't survive. It's one of them, you know that you're gonna die because all you got is a fucking camera and all you can do is run. And Paul made that fucking scarier playing it. Because then he started doing shit like making sounds and knocking on the door, and I'm thinking I'm safe, and then walk through the door and someone's behind me.
All right. Number 6, Amnesia: The Dark Descent.
Yeah, scary. Good Amnesia series.
Okay.
Is the other one on the bunker? That was scary.
Bunker and
It
Reverb.
says the first line for it spooky. It says, although Amnesia the Bunker is the superior horror game, as the first in the franchise has outdated gameplay, The Dark Descent created an anxiety-inducing setting that few have been able to match. Take that as you will.
I was still Berserker first turned up. That shit me up. I nearly pissed myself.
Good to know.
Yeah.
We're into the top 5 now,
There we go.
everybody. Welcome to the game 2, number 5.
Welcome to the game 2.
I'm not too familiar with this one.
I know what it is.
Looks
I don't
like it
think-
uses real life footage because it has a little picture on the top of it, and there's a woman there with her hand over her mouth. A constant with reflective studio games is the anxiety each gives you through their uneasy setting and punishing gameplay. Welcome to the Game 2 is not only a terrifying experience, but a cruel one too. There's no comfort or sanctuary to run back to, for even your home is a tourist spot for the creepiest killers alive.
Yeah, it's like a hotel room.
Brave in the dark web to save the next victim of a deadly game. You need to juggle hacking attempts, continuously switch Wi-Fi networks, and survive encounters for hidden keys tucked away in the darkest corners of the
it's
internet.
not found footage, so it's like you're being hunted in this like complex, and it's basically like you're being tormented by someone who's basically you go on like computer and they send you emails and stuff. I know what it is. Yeah, it's
True psychological cruelty.
Yeah, it's a cruel game. It's one of them games where you think you're safe and you're not. You're never safe. No matter where you go, you're being followed.
All right.
It's one that I leave alone. Tom, I'll be back. Can you just talk amongst yourself for 2 minutes, please?
Okay.
It'll be 2 minutes. It's 10:30.
I was about to say, Lewis's 2 minutes is pretty fucking lengthy. Give me 2 seconds. Heather just asked me to do anything. Paul, what do you make of that list so far?
Yeah, it's okay. Some of them are scary.
No, I mean, again, I think Resident Evil 7. I think it's creepy, but I wouldn't say it's like in the top. Again, I'm coming from this from someone who's not really much of a horror game fan, so really it should have been top up there for me because it was scary.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I think it's because I'm literally fucking terrified of the original Resident Evil 2 because of the woman with the webbed feet. I've told that story a few times.
Yeah.
So that just doesn't scare me anymore. Five Nights at Freddy's 4 is number 13. I don't know. I've never played anything other than the first one. It's always seemed like it was a fad and just for the sake of YouTube at the time.
First one did freak me out a bit when I first played it.
There are a lot of horrors nowadays that are just psychological thrillers.
It's true.
Very true. Very, very true. Numero 12, Darkwood, looks good with the whole top-down bird's eye angle thing. Creepy as all hell. Fatal Frame 2. Yeah, I've seen stuff like Wrong Floor. I mean, there's only a picture here, but the considering fact it says it's
I had a quick look at it. Yeah, it came out in 2020.
Did it look quite creepy?
It looks quite creepy, yeah.
Oh, fair enough. Eternal Darkness, I think Sanity's Requiem, considering it was for the GameCube, which I don't think, I may be wrong, came out on the PlayStation or the Xbox at the time, so having that type of horror game, going back to what we said about Nintendo earlier on, losing their identity, having all these fucking action games and all that on the Switch 2 and all that, having Eternal Darkness Sanity's Requiem on the GameCube, is pretty fucking ballsy. Resident Evil 4 was originally for it.
Wasn't it Nintendo? Was it Nintendo who had that game that got banned? It just got banned from Nintendo for life, wasn't it? I remember which one it was. It was like a similar one that was the video. It was one of the first ones.
Oh,
you remember that?
Let me have a little look. See, if I see, I might be able to. Nintendo, was it like horror?
Okay, yeah, on Nintendo.
Murder House.
Murder House.
Why is it too crazy to be released on Switch or Xbox? Ooh, fucking hell. Nintendo banned Silent Hill F. 10
not banned in the universal sense. There's games that face controversy and restricted on the service system due to their content. Examples: Barbarian, Manhunt, No, there was one that it got taken to court. It's what started the whole. What was the one what was the banned video game
I'm just on
that started the rating?
Fear Left 4
And it
Dead.
came out on Nintendo. Controversial game.
It wasn't Night Trap, was it?
Night Trap.
Yeah, because they re-released that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we fucking had that when I was younger for the Sega CD.
Right. Night
Oh
Trap.
my god, I remember that. Yeah, fuck.
That
Good
was
God.
one of the games that ended up causing the
Peggy 7.
Yeah.
All that. Yeah. Oh, bloody hell. Night Trap. Very good. I quite like Night Trap. I mean, Lou bought it for me a couple of years ago, the 25th anniversary edition. Quite enjoyable. Quite enjoyable. It doesn't have the same fucking appeal as it used to have, but still fun nonetheless.
Go on.
Why did it get banned? Well, people in the shower probably getting stalked and killed, wasn't?
Yeah, and it was video based, wasn't it? Yeah. There was a thing though, because at the time, American Senior Vice President Howard Lincoln testified that Night Trap would never appear on the Nintendo system because it did not pass its guidelines. It was available currently on Steam, PlayStation 5, 3DO, PlayStation 4, and Nintendo Switch.
Wow. Fucking beautiful.
So it got banned originally because it was so Night Trap was where a player observes teen girls having a sleepover, visiting a house which, unbeknownst to them, is infested with vampires. The player watches live surveillance footage and triggers traps to capture anyone endangering the girls. The player can switch between cameras to keep watching over the girls and eavesdrop on conversations to follow the story and listen for clues. The concept originated in 1986, prototype game, where they demonstrate their Control Vision game on Hasbro. The system used VHS tape technology. It was praised as a B movie-esque quality humor and video animation. But then, it kicked off with the what were they called? It was the Mary White House art, wasn't it?
It's cheesy as fuck to today's.
It was cheesy as fuck, yeah, today's standards.
And it's laughable now. And I swear it wasn't originally meant to be vampires. It was meant to be literal fucking masked men in balaclavas and killing.
It was.
Yeah. Great game though.
It was that and Mortal Kombat was the ones that kind of kicked it off.
No, of course. Mortal Kombat. Right, anyway. Let's crack right on. So, we've done from 13 to 5. Number 4, according to this person, I can't remember the name now, is Alien Isolation.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That would have been one of mine.
It was very, very, very scary. Very spooky. Number 3, the original Dead Space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Number 2, getting into the nitty gritty here. I haven't heard of this one before, I must admit.
Oh.
Nun Massacre.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
As in NUN?
NUN,
yeah.
like
Nun
like,
Massacre, yeah.
Yeah. There is something about puppet combo games that truly make my skin crawl. The atmosphere this developer creates in every game is unmatched, but Nun's Massacre is what takes this top spot for being the most unforgiving, spine-chilling game to ever walk this earth.
I'm not a fan of Puppet Combo. The way they treated Fidemic when they made one mistake was bad. It was unprofessional.
Ooh.
Okay.
But have you played Nun Massacre?
I've watched it on YouTube. Not played it, no.
Would you say it is scary?
It's something with it is, yeah. The idea of the nuns and yeah, but no, not nice.
Okay.
Nick?
Right, number 1.
Mm-hmm.
PT.
It never came out. It doesn't count. It doesn't count.
I know.
It doesn't count. It doesn't count. It's a fucking demo. It lasted 15 minutes. It doesn't
To
count.
be fair, that wrong floor, which you said earlier on, is a 15-minute experience.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but it doesn't count. It doesn't count. If it didn't come out, it's not a fucking game.
While I wholeheartedly believe Silent Hill 2 is the greatest horror game of all time, and that Silent Hill 4 The Room is the franchise's eeriest mainline entry, the impact PT has had on the world of horror since its 2014 release is tremendous. Psychological horror permanently shifted from the quiet feeling of being stalked you'd typically get from a walking simulator, such as Amnesia: The Dark
There
Descent,
you go.
because of PT's
Doesn't
influence. While we're all used
Doesn't
to seeing
count.
repeating corridors, jittering character models, and creepy voices coming through a radio, this was virtually non-existent before Silent Hill's playable teaser. King is extremely against this. Obviously, as you mentioned,
Madison's not in the list.
Madison's not even in here.
It doesn't count.
Known for creating spine-chilling
Madison was known
atmospheres,
as-
the world of Silent Hill explores the human psyche, descending into madness through the endless corridors with story told through abstract memories. PT's ambience was like no other. Confined in a first-person perspective, something we haven't seen in Silent Hill outside Henry Townsend's eerie apartment in Silent Hill 4, this cancelled project created a feeling of uneasiness in your own home. Its macabre tale, perfectly placed jump scares, and puzzles to keep you hooked to the bitter end made PT a one-of-a-kind experience that has since been replicated to, sadly, the point of oversaturation.
Let me just explain
There's
something.
Guillermo del Toro and Hideo Kojima.
PT would have been one of the best horror games if it wasn't for that stupid fucking feud. Second, right, Madison won a game award for the most scariest scientific award ever. It's been known as one of the scariest games on this planet. It won a scientific award for how scary it was. And that wasn't even on the list. When was this list made?
17th of this month.
This guy needs to look at games because he's obviously not sure. And he's probably just some journalist that thinks he knows games, but he barely fucking knows shit.
Do you remember that time we found that fucking list where the guy was like most overrated?
Yep.
Seems very similar right now.
I don't like this list. Screw this list.
I've already closed the tab.
There we go.
So there we are. PT, even though, is the most scariest horror game of all time, apparently, according to...
It would have been. It would have been.
I know. It's a fucking cop-out if you ask me, because obviously it is what it is, like is, but oh well.
And that was...
Tom's Top 10.
There we go. Fucking wonderful. Right.
Sound like my friend Cresco.
Anyway. Right. I think we called it there. It's run on a little later than usual. You've got to double check that no one's fast asleep downstairs. With all the windows open. I meant as in the carbon monoxide.
I know. We hope that they're still asleep.
I hope they're not asleep. They're wide awake.
No, I meant only asleep. Oh, fuck it.
Why don't you just scream really loud like you just did,
have
even
twice.
louder?
But I do
see
know
if she
that, like,
comes running up
the
the
shop
stairs.
downstairs, someone had rung the doorbell. So I wanted to double check that everything was okay.
Rung the doorbell to see if anyone got up to answer it.
Yeah. This is good. I know the guy downstairs, so he's
Wing
probably
bong.
before 10 o'clock.
There's
to
me going.
check.
And then
So
there's me
anyway.
saying, it was nice to meet you, Wailing. I'm
Thanks.
sorry that Paul let you fall asleep.
Thanks for the show, guys. Happy to have you back and can't wait to hear some cracking stories from Hayden's Holly Bips.
Holly Bips.
Oh, we'll see. It's
I
a
think I
family
was
one, so
supposed to
hopefully
say
it'll be good.
Holly Bobs.
Holly Bips. No one says Holly Bobs.
Holly Bips.
Anyway.
Holly Bobs. Yes, it's Holly Bobs.
Bips.
Holly
Well,
Bips.
well,
Holly Bobs. It's Holly Bobs.
Holly Bips. It says
Are
it
you
right there.
being
Holly
America?
Bips.
It says Holly Bips.
It's Holly
New
Bobs.
one, man. You're so last year, man. So
Mum's so lost.
before we go, actually, let's have a look. Right. So we didn't have the sound file, but we did have a look. So name for the show is number 1. Choose this. Number 1, the shared towel. Number 2, dust soft Tirus. Number 3, the weed whacker. Or number 4, thanks for filling in Hayden's tires.
I think it's got to be thanks
the
for
number
filling
in-
Hayden's tires.
Put your number in the chat. Which
I'm
one
going to say
you'd like?
tires. It sounds so good.
What are you going for, Lou?
Tires.
Dust off Tirus, the shared towel. I mean, to be fair, there's a lot you could do on the thumbnail. 44444. Thanks for filling in Hayden's tires.
There we go.
You could put Hayden on a bed with tires on it, and then you can have Tirus filling in the tires.
No, we'll have a look and see what I can do to get Hayden to do his own one. It'd be quite funny. Okay, with that, thank you ever so much for watching. Thanks for listening. We've been the LOD. This has been the LOD Perspective, Season 7, Episode 11. Thanks for filling in Hayden's tires. We'll see you next Tuesday. Toodles.
Let's hope he doesn't get eaten by a shark.
Whatever.
So